In the summer of 1893, after months of drought, the plains near Red Cloud, Nebraska turned into dry tinder. Crops had failed, grass stood brittle and yellow, and one lightning strike was enough to ignite disaster. When a fast-moving prairie fire began racing across Webster County, most families fled their timber frame homes. Wooden walls and shingle roofs offered almost no resistance. Entire homesteads were reduced to ash within minutes. But on the edge of town stood a small, single-story brick house owned by widowed settler Hannah Whitmore. Unlike her neighbors, Hannah had invested in fired clay brick and a metal roofing system when she rebuilt her home years earlier after a windstorm. County ledger records from the early 1890s confirm her property stood out in a district dominated by wooden structures. As flames advanced, neighbors sought refuge inside her brick home. Windows were sealed with wet wool blankets. Rain barrels were positioned along the exterior walls. Air vents were controlled to limit oxygen flow inside. The fire passed over the property within hours, scorching fields, fencing, and nearby wooden barns, but the brick structure held. Environmental records from Nebraska's drought cycles show how masonry buildings significantly reduced radiant heat penetration during prairie fire events. Structural analysis supports why her home acted as a temporary fire break in a largely timber-built settlement. No dramatic speeches, no heroic last-minute rescues, just practical risk assessment, material choice, and disciplined preparation. When smoke cleared, Hannah's brick house stood blackened, but intact. And several families survived because one woman chose durability over convenience years before disaster struck. History often remembers battles and leaders, but sometimes survival begins with a construction decision quietly recorded in a county ledger.